Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart, and we'll start with mapping out the current range. And of course, more recently, this is the bullish swing structure, of course. So it's consolidation, as we've been saying. This was resistance. Price reacted to it earlier this month, last week. And this would be the support area that sellers also stepped back in and price reacted to more recently on a local level. We see that even though the swing structure is bullish, it has been bearish internally with making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs after every pullback, continuing to push down in this overall range. And as you can see, since yesterday, it's just been consolidating, no real movement. Since yesterday's video, of course, we said price broke structure to the downside after sellers step back in over here. There's still liquidity sitting over these highs, but really it reacted from that area of supply out of this consolidation, and waiting to see if price can continue to pick up and push down lower past this double bottom low. It's a turn on double bottom low. But like I said, since yesterday, it's just been consolidating, no real movement. Did kind of try to impulse up. These buyers pushed prices up, but of course, overall, internally, this is just still bearish, waiting to see any momentum pick up in the downside. Looking to see how the dollar index continues to push higher, how it will affect these US dollar pairs. So right now, I'm just waiting to see if any type of breakout, because it's just forming structure inside this support and resistance. Obviously, structure break into both sides. Waiting to see any momentum to pick up, whether it's going to target this low or continue higher. GBP USD, let's go and map out the current range. Bearish swing structure, making lower highs from these highs and lower lows. This double bottom, just like with Euro USD, broke structure to the upside. It's still a lower high from these highs. Started a fractal structure break, getting under these lows, getting under this internal push. This sell before the buy here, this demand area under there, but price still came back in more locally since the last video. Just been consolidating, just like with Euro USD. Buyers kind of stepped back up, but this was the impulse back down that broke these lows. But now we're still in this area, waiting to see if this price can continue this bearish. It's just going to remain the lower high from these highs. See a moment to continue to pick up. This is look more corrective, but it is reacting from this area of internal demand. It's the last sell before the buy. So waiting to see, just like with Euro USD, if the dollar gets stronger, we're waiting to see if it could take out these lows or take out the liquidity sitting over these highs. And with DXY, obviously since the last video, just continues to push higher slightly, but not breaking out of this current range that we're in from the beginning of the week. This being support, this being resistance. Price kind of tapped into it, but sellers clearly stepped back up, trying to see if the dollar is getting stronger. If we can't continue this push, take out these highs and continue taking out the highs of the overall range. Clearly break structure to both sides, just like with Euro. But overall, waiting to see if this sweep is legitimately when buyers continue to step back in, because overall the swing structure bearish. But like we've been saying, this sweep may have caused this higher highs, higher lows, internal structure to target the highs of the overall range, and then continue bullish to higher prices. So broke structure to the upside, waiting to see a little bit more momentum, because like I said, this is just consolidating sideways right now. Still pushing up, but consolidating sideways. AUD USD, let's go map with the current range. Of course, we noted bearish swing structure, as this is lower highs from those previous highs, and it's lower lows. And then we started consolidating sideways. Of course, overall, the AUD USD is just inside this overall range, with this being support and this being resistance. Right now, Looks like we are not continuing to make, forming a wedge, somewhat of a wedge, because this was the low form for this range from these higher lower highs, lower lows. Price came back up, didn't come back into premium, but started to push down. So it started to push down again, but it could not form another low. Obviously, this broke structure, and then this last push wasn't able to break structure. We can see that this wedge pattern is forming. Was a good breakout with more enthusiasm, and I'll be expecting it to target the lows of this overall range. If it does break out of this squeeze pattern, and obviously once the buyer step back in from here, did push past the highs, but then couldn't make any momentum push back in the premium, which is what I'll be waiting for. Of course, this is the last impulse that pushed prices down. The price hasn't given a chance to react from this area of supply yet. It's like I said, it's just forming this wedge, waiting to see which it's possible that there will be a lot of momentum once it does break out of this pattern. NZD USD, let's go map out the current range. Of course, making lower highs, lower highs from the previous highs and lower lows. Of course, this is also consolidating in an ascending channel since yesterday. I mean, this was yesterday's sort of ascending channel, but these lows are extending, kind of broke out, and then it always breaks out. Doesn't break out, but it breaks, touches that lower trend line of the channel. So this is currently how we're looking at a bearish swing structure. Buyer step back in, but this is corrective in nature. It is an ascending channel. Looking for the liquidity to be taken out under these lows and continue the bearish push to lower prices. It did break structure to the upside. Its fractal structure was breaking to the upside, but then couldn't get past this area of supply right now. So waiting to see any type of momentum to pick up. Only expecting to continue its push to lower prices, targeting lows of the overall range. Could be a bear flag forming, and this is how the ascending channel was yesterday. Like I said, it keeps breaking out under it and then coming back into that channel. So it's forming, maybe widen it out. And like I said, just waiting to see any type of momentum pick up, just like with AUD USD when that's forming a wedge pattern, and this is forming an ascending channel. Just waiting to see price break out. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.